Hey everyone, I'm Kelly Wilhite, and in this video we're going to talk about 5 top gut infections that can cause IBS and other gut problems, and even problems outside your gut. The fact is, when our gut is not healthy, it not only causes problems within our gut, but ailments will also span outside our gut. So let's talk about symptoms first. I'm going to give you a list of symptoms that can signify IBS and other gut problems. Now, these are being felt directly in the gut. Problems such as constipation, diarrhea, or alternating between the two, bloating or excessive and smelly gas, nausea or heartburn, cramping and pain, appetite problems or food cravings, nutrient deficiencies, because our nutrients are absorbed and some created in the gut. So if the gut is not healthy, it impedes our body of nutrients. Food sensitivities, and the inability to tolerate many foods. Now, here are other problems that are outside the gut but can be directly related to IBS: poor digestion and dysfunction in the gut, sleep problems, fatigue and weariness, brain fog, memory and focus problems, anxiousness, irritability, depressive moods, skin problems like eczema and psoriasis, allergies and sensitivities. Autoimmunity is huge with an unhealthy gut, and more. Now, one of the essentials and priorities to having better digestive and gut health and overcoming IBS is to identify and remove irritants and stress. Infections are one of those big irritants and stressors. So 5 key gut infections, and of course this is not an exhaustive list, but it does cover most, the first one is parasites. So most have parasites in some form, but they don't all cause problems. However, when they do, they are most definitely unwanted inhabitants. They wreak havoc, and there are probably 100 or more that can really cause a lot of problems. They consume nutrients that we're supposed to absorb, and they damage our intestinal lining. So it's a problem, big problem. SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Most of our bacteria, even the good stuff, is in our large intestine or our colon. But when they make our way up into our small intestine, it's a problem. The third gut infection that can be a problem is bacterial overgrowth. We have billions of bacteria in our gut, and a lot of those are good, and we need those. But sometimes it's too much of a good thing. If we have too much of bacteria, even good bacteria, that can create an imbalance, and that can create a problem. The fourth is Candida. Now, Candida is a yeast, and we all have it, and we're all supposed to have it. But we're not supposed to have an overgrowth of it. So when there's an overgrowth, it's a problem. And the fifth gut infection is H. pylori. H. pylori is actually a bacteria that attacks our stomach lining, so it resides in our stomach. That's a big problem. So let's summarize the infections: parasites, SIBO, other types of bacterial overgrowth, Candida overgrowth, and H. pylori. The fact is, you deserve to have relief from your suffering, and you can when you invest in your health to really understand what's going on in there meaning your gut. I overcame significant problems, including IBS and gut infections, and my clients have too. So let's talk about how these infections, about these infections and the key risk factors. So here are the risks, and of course the risk factors are going to vary depending on the infection. Contaminated food or water, and I realize that the city says and the county says that tap water is just fine. It's really not. You must drink filtered water. Reverse osmosis is the best. We won't get into all the detail, but you really do need to be drinking filtered water, preferably not from continually drinking out of plastic bottles. And then food is contaminated. No matter how much we clean it, there's contaminations on our food. Eating inflammatory foods, a history of food poisoning, history of antibiotics, and many other medications besides antibiotics can wreak havoc on our gut health. Chronic stress, poor sleep, dysbiosis, which dysbiosis is an imbalance of good and bad bacteria in our gut. Low stomach acid, leaky gut, structural problems in our gut due to surgeries, inflammation, and scar tissue, and dysfunction of mechanical functions in our gut, deficiencies of our digestive juices, certain hormone balances. So you can see there are a lot of risk factors. And for most people, when they start noticing symptoms, there's more than one root cause at this point. So as you can see, the digestive system, the gut, can be quite complex. And those who suffer from IBS and other struggles know very well how difficult it can be to overcome. Sometimes when one thing gets better, another pops up. I know how frustrating that can be, as I've been there, but I've recovered and I can help you too. I'm a gut expert in the digestive system and gut, and I can help you if you find yourself overwhelmed and if you truly want freedom from your suffering. I offer free, no obligation consultations and would love to chat with you to see if I can help you. Until next time, God bless you and enjoy your day.